What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Gambling Lab, brought to you by Bogey Proof. We got the full group on tonight, plus a special guest, Eric, joining us from the main pod over at Bogey Proof to give us his takes on the U.S. Open at Brookline this week, at the Country Club out in Brookline this week. But as we start every single episode, we're going to jump right into the weather report from TJ, and then we're going to get right into it.
It kind of feels right, like when we think about weather, we are in this weather, and I'm looking outside. It's absolutely beautiful out there, 80 degrees today. It will change a little bit, as New England always does. With that, on Thursday, starts some wind. And it actually starts on Thursday, where you're going to get some gusts that will be in the 20s, sometimes the high 20s, but sustained wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Always blowing towards the west. It could change. It can go north. It can go dead west, or it can go northeast. So anywhere you want it to go, it's going to happen. So we'll see how this actually plays out. But as we move out through Friday, starts to warm up a little bit into Saturday, and then Sunday is going to be beautiful, all within the 60 to 80 degree range. So expect a little bit of weather sometimes, but might soften it. But these courses are going to be flying. So see how it goes.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Who you like, Paulie? This is your home turf, Paulie. You better get some shit this week. He pissed at you.
Yeah, I mean, par 4 scoring, especially like 450 yards to 500 yards is going to be huge. You're going to see a lot of long irons into the greens. And then, of course, it's U.S. Open, so avoiding making bogeys are like two things that I'm looking at. Like, just scrambling, like not making, a bogey is huge. Just getting up and down from around the green. So, I mean, like, I don't know, Justin Thomas, like, he's been so hot right now. Like, I don't know, he might win 2 in a row. Why
These
wouldn't
roughs
he win
look
another
crazy
PGA?
too.
Oh yeah. But I mean, I'm looking at like JT, and then I still got to ride Cam Young too. I feel like both of them. I don't know.
Good price on
irons. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, does that mean you like Willie Z too? You have to. Irons, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, seeing that putting stroke down the stretch of the PGA just scares the shit out of me.
My boys from home are so into Willie Z, and I just keep telling them that he just won't win with that stroke. It just ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Definitely not a major. I mean, you can't, like, if you think about that Tiger stat, would he never miss a putt from 3 feet for like 10 years or some shit? Like, Willie Z misses 2 a round. So I don't see how it's ever possible like he's going to win a major. But yeah, some guys at the top. I mean, once again, we got a like big field. I mean, I'm still on Rory probably. He looks as confident as ever, and he kind of looks motivated with everything that goes. I think deep down he really fucking hates everything about the live thing, which I love. Extra fuel. He's taking shots at Greg Norman and all that shit. That's the stuff that gets me going. So I'm definitely pretty high on Rory for sure. Staying away from guys like Vic Hovland, probably. I know is not his strength around the greens, like up and down, and he's probably never seen a course of this magnitude before. So he might get his ass kicked. I don't know. We got Eric. Come on, special guest, big boy. I think we lost Fontaine, but
so Paul mentioned some stats that he's paying attention to. I mean, driving the golf ball is a pretty important stat in the U.S. Open, considering the rough that we've seen. I like Joaquin Niemann a lot. He's an elite driver of the golf ball.
Oh yeah,
and an elite ball striker. Talk about someone that kind of keeps the ball in front of him and makes a lot of pars, like Paul said. I think he's someone that could be a factor for sure. You mentioned some wind, TJ. He can hit the ball lower than anyone on tour, pretty much. So, Joaquin Niemann. I think there's everyone in the world loves Max Homa these days, right? So he's a very fan favorite pick, but I think his game lines up really well this week too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I'm not big on the guys that are above like 9,000. I'm really in that 9,000, that lower 8,000 range, even some of the 7,000s. I mean, looking at Matt Fitzpatrick, I absolutely love this guy this week. Plays tough course as well.
He did one of USAM here.
I like the Max Homa. I love the Jock. That's my lineup. It's all within that $8,000 range. But if I had to pick a high this week, I think my highest guy that I really like is even Shane Lowry. I don't know the live guys are going to do well this week. Shane's just been consistently up there in all the majors, and he's well priced too. Yeah, I'm not set on anybody up top. Also, you got to pick one of those guys, and they blow up and shoot 8 over first 2 days. I mean, it's just a waste. So I'd rather give myself a chance to spread it out evenly and get all good golfers this week.
Yeah, I mean, a balanced approach is probably the play. Trying to scratch and claw for the Patrick Reeds of the world to hopefully make a cut is just probably not a good formula for success. Eric, you made a great point, man. Is there anybody more fun to watch hit a driver than Joaquin Neiman? I don't think I've ever watched him miss a fairway. And it's pretty impressive. So I will definitely be on him as well. But looking toward the value, I mean, you got to find some value in the major at the same time. You got to just hope. You got to really hope. I like Hadwin real low. Always feel like he's a sneaky good major player and hits the ball pretty straight. And, another guy who hits a pretty good driver. And, hopefully he's played kind of bad lately, but the majors kind of get them going differently. I can hope. And maybe Noren too. I've been riding Alex Noren all season, and he's almost in the 6,000s, which is, just not right. So I don't know. Adam Hadwin and Noren is who I'm looking at right off the bat in the bottom, but I'll find some other garbage to put in the lineup probably too.
Paul, you got a guy? You got to have a guy that's down
Paul's
there.
got a guy down there.
Paul's got the U.S. Am who probably came in second. Like, he's got somebody down there who shot well at this course with his uncle.
You mentioned Fitzpatrick there, and he won the U.S. Amateur here in 2013. So,
yep.
I mean, he's got to know somewhat of the course. Granted, they are playing a different golf course than they were. What was that? Now close to 10 years ago. I honestly U.S. Open is just one of those tournaments where I can never. I'm trying to find someone that I actually think will play well, way down there, and I'm just struggling.
Davis Riley, Paul, I've loved all year, and he is just gonna get is he really gonna do good?
Yeah.
73 is a great price.
It's a great price, but he's there for a reason too. You can't, he's probably just an overmatched situation.
I keep looking at there's. I don't know. Is Guido going to make another run at a U.S. Open for some reason? He's back in the mix this year.
We were all over him last year. He kind of fell off the abyss. But
yeah, Vincent, I think, is in some dark places right now. I haven't seen his name in a long time.
No, he made the cut last week, and he's actually in a featured group, believe it or not. So
the way this week he is.
I swear, I was watching him on ESPN Plus. It was ridiculous. But yeah,
all the good vibes to Vincent, man. Seriously, we wish the best for him, but it could get dark out there. Paul, let us know what you see when you're over there. Let us know how his headspace is doing. I'll take.
How about what about Team Rose over here? You played well last week.
No, not at all.
He's pretty far down there. He might be a little.
Came out of the clouds last week to almost shoot 59.
Yeah, that mojo.
It was insane, but I mean that is a JV course, Fontaine. I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
of course.
Yeah, that's just that track is a joke. But he was good though, man. I don't know, TJ. I think you're right, man. Balanced approach is probably the play. You can get a lot of those 8,000 guys in there, but I mean, we got to win some money this week, right?
We got to win some money. I think it's time.
We need
about
Paulie. Actually, no. Let's give it to Eric as a start. Paul,
yeah, for
Eric,
sure.
Do you have any bank account plays, 1 bet, 2 bets that you're I'm putting a little bit extra money this week? Who are you throwing it on? Typically top 10, top 5, top 20.
I'm gonna throw this in to finish off the low end DFS lineup, and then also bank account play.
Yep.
Ryan Harmon is 100% in my DFS lineup.
Love it.
For some reason, he just always is around in the U.S. Open. I hate watching him play golf. He's got a freaking rock of a putter head. He's a little short lefty, but he chips the shit out of the golf ball, and I mean, he hasn't. I looked it up. He hasn't missed a cut in the U.S. Open since 2015. So top 40 at plus 145 sounds pretty good to me on that. And he'll definitely be in my DFS lineup. So bank account play, Brian fucking Harmon at top for a top 40.
A CT legend, Brian Harmon, by the way. Just love it. He can't wait for this tournament to be over to come to Connecticut.
Yeah.
He fucking lives for the Travelers. He will be a bank account play next week. But no problem. What we got, TJ? Give us something good.
All righty. I love Jock this week, and I love Matt Fitzpatrick. I'm taking them both top 20. I got Jock at plus 50 or 150, and then I got what's his name, Fitzpatrick at plus 130.
Hell yeah!
I like it.
Dane, welcome back. You got something for us?
Yeah, new house, new internet difficulties. You know how it goes. So
Yeah.
we're going in vain. We'll go the top 20 pick first. We're going top 20, Billy Horschel, plus 180. You talk about balanced approach. He does a little bit of everything really, really well. Solid iron player. The only thing that worries me about him is just the mental game of like dealing with like hitting, there's some weird shit that goes on in US Opens, especially at this country club layout that we're having. Like, is he going to be able to handle that? I don't know. We'll find out. But plus 180 for a top 20 after just winning Memorial, I can't pass those odds up. And then I'm going to go top 10, Willie Z. The guy just always shows up in major championships, like for the last 2-3 years now, whatever it's been, fresh off of the loss in the playoff. Top 10 plus 330. I think that's crazy value for him. So those are my two bank account plays this week. We're keeping it simple.
Hell yeah. Paulie?
All right. Let's see. I just do a little perusing, and I just clicked a lot of boxes here. Let's see what I finished up with here. So I gotta decide what okay, bank count play. I'm going back to the roots, old school. Danny Berger, top 10. I got a plus 375.
There you go.
I don't know why. I'm trying to think of a reason. I can't even think of a reason besides I just feel it. I do have a first round leader, Shoffley, 30 to 1. Big fan of that. I think he's going to play well the entire week. I think he's going to start strong though. To win, I also took JT and Seamus Power. JT's 12 to 1, Power 75 to 1.
It's a sprinkler play for the people out there.
Yeah. And I sneaky actually love this one. I might make it like value play of the year. Sebastian Munoz, top 10, plus 900.
My God.
His
Sebastian Munoz?
Big
Yes.
Sebastian fan.
Yes. Sebi's back. He's back.
Par 70 guy, right, Paulie? He is a good par 70 player. I was reading a little bit about him earlier.
Yep.
Is that a round one leader too?
Oh, I don't know if I would take him round one leader, but
Plus
I also got Keegan Bradley top
8,000.
10 plus what is it?
I like that.
550. So yeah, I mean I know last night too I made a couple real deep long shot plays of Michael Tornbjornsen. Is that how you pronounce his name? And Fran Quinn, couple local Boston guys to win. I don't even know what the odds were. It was like 100 to 1, 150 to 1 on either one of them. But weird shit happens at Brookline in major events.
Hell yeah.
So you never know.
Hell yeah. All right, boys. Well, I'll see what I can come up with. Demon mode is back. Eric, you haven't heard a lot of this, but I like to do miss the cut players. And Terrell Hatton's my spirit animal for sure. But man, he played like shit last week, and it's kind of similar setup with like the blind shots. And he complains about every golf course ever, which I love. I mean, I just love him so much, but it's not his week. He's missing the cut plus 130. Terrell Hatton. On the flip side, minus 215. I know it's a little steep here, but Corey Connors to make the cut. He's just so annoying, and he's going to make the cut. So that's my explanation. And my final play is Brooks, top 20. I think he's another one that's kind of pissed off. He's coming fresh off a wedding, plenty of good vibes. I think he's ready to get back at it. Great DFS play, way too cheap also down there. And for anybody who follows, I don't think a hole-in-one's coming this week. I got to say it now every tournament because I've miraculously hit 2. But
That's your
I don't think-
play.
yeah, I don't think no is plus 105. Yes is minus 140. Does kind of scare me, but I also only like fields that are tournaments or courses, whatever, that have multiple holes that they can make it. And I don't really feel like this is one of those places. So one bad weather day could probably ruin that. So yeah, I'm going no hole-in-ones this week, boys. I don't think so, but that's what we got.
All right. Let's make some money, boys. Let's cash in tickets.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hell yeah. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.